Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Danny and you're watching Nerd on a Budget. So this is a video where I'm going to showcase my own personal computer. You see my room in this video here, and you might have caught glimpses of my computer from the outside, just the casing, but now I want to detail everything that's going on inside of the computer. I'm going to go through each of the components, very similar to how I do my build videos, and you're going to see that most of my parts were obtained using the same advice and tips that I've given in previous videos. And if you haven't seen these videos yet, I'll link them in the description section below so you can check them out. But this is going to serve to answer everyone who's been asking me, what is in your rig? I stand behind all the advice that I give, and I practice what I preach when it comes to budgeting and hunting for the best deals. I did my best to dig up all the proof of pricing, but keep in mind that right now in mid-2016, some of the prices I paid would be considered outdated, and they definitely wouldn't be considered a deal now, but I'll talk about that when that's the case. Also, I'm not done with my build yet. I have maybe one or two more things that I want to get for it, but for now, it works for me and suits my needs. But yep, let's just get to it. So let's start off with the exterior. Housing everything is the DIY PC cuboid green case. In the last few years, my tastes have shifted from conventional towers to cube and small form factor cases. I just really like how awesome and compact they look. Before this case, I had the ASRock M8, and before that was the Cooler Master Half XB. So it's been a while since I've had a standard tower. The amount of cube cases that exist are not as plentiful as towers, and they're generally more expensive, but DIY PC is a budget brand, so the price has always been pretty low. I paid $60 for it, and I didn't mind paying full price because it's one of the lower priced cube cases and can still fit micro ATX boards. Powering everything is a EVGA Supernova Next 750B semi-modular power supply. It's bronze rated, and I picked it up for $30 from a Redditor that's local to me. I saved quite a bit on shipping because it would have cost around $20 to ship alone. Since I met up and paid in cash, I don't have an invoice for it. I'm running 16GB of 1600 MHz Corsair Vengeance RAM, which I got on Reddit for $70 used. At the time, $100 was pretty standard for 16 gigs new, with $90 being a sale price and $80 being an awesome deal. But since then, RAM prices have plummeted, and you can easily grab 16GB for $60 brand new right now in mid-2016. For core components, I'm running an Intel i5 4690K on a Gigabyte H81 board. Cooling it is the Corsair H100i. This is the part of the video where you should be asking yourself, why the heck is he using a budget chipset with an unlocked CPU and liquid cooler? Well, here's how that came to be. I have a friend that was able to get me a brand new 4690K for half off through his job. He also got himself one, which is why the invoice picture shows two, but it came out to be about $136 per CPU. That means I was able to get the highest model Haswell i5 processor basically for the price of an i3. I didn't have this YouTube channel at the time, so I was planning on using it with the stock heatsink and H81 chipset since it was more than enough for gaming. As for why I have the H100i, one day while browsing the Build a PC sales subreddit, I came across a post that showed how to get it for $50 by price matching. Even used, the H100i often goes for around $80, so a new one for $50 was an amazing deal and basically an investment. I could use it for myself for however long I wanted and always be able to resell it for more than what I paid, and deals like this don't always come around, so I pulled the trigger. That's how I ended up with this all-in-one cooler and unlocked CPU paired with the lowest 1150 chipset. I've been looking, but I haven't found a good deal on a Z87 board yet, new or used. I'm not worried though because the H81 board will age well and their price won't drop too much since they're already so inexpensive at $60 new. When I do finally come across a deal for a Z87 or Z97, I can always use this H81 board for a budget build with a G3258 or something along those lines. From the other side of the case, you see the GPU and storage. The GPU is the AMD Sapphire 290X Tri-X. At the time of purchase, it was going for around $300 to $320 new. I pulled the trigger when it went on sale for $280 on Newegg, as shown in the invoice here. On top of that, there was a $20 rebate, bringing it down to $260. And then on top of that, it came with a Dirt Rally game key, which I was able to sell for $20, bringing the total price down to $240 for a brand new 290X, which was the going rate for used ones at the time. I have it overclocked to 1150 MHz on the core and 1500 MHz on the memory. For storage, I've got a 256GB Corsair Neutron SSD holding my OS and daily use programs. Like the RAM, SSD prices have since gone down a ton. I paid $72.33 for this, which was normal for used at the time as new ones were around $100. Well, it's mid-2016 now, and you can grab ones around the same size for $60 brand new almost any day of the week. The hard drives are both 7200 RPM drives, one being 3 terabytes and the other one being 1 terabyte, for a total of 4 terabytes worth of spinning disks. I use the 1 terabyte for programs and games, and the 3 terabyte as a storage drive since I am a file hoarder and have over 10 years worth of files on it just in case I need them. I just can't get myself to delete files most of the time because I enjoy going back and reminiscing. Like, look at this. These are SIGs that I used to make. Having a signature on forums were a huge deal back in the day. You wanted to be that guy with the cool SIG. And these are not examples of cool SIGs. I was a complete amateur and never fully developed my Photoshop skills. But the point is, they date back to 2006. That's 1 decade ago. As bad as they are, I will never delete these because they're such a pivotal part of me growing up. And it's stuff like this that just builds up over the course of 10 years that require me to have such a large storage drive. But let's get back to the hard drives. They were both used from Reddit. The 3 terabyte was $58, which is still a very good price today, and the 1 terabyte was $33, which is about average now. Those are all the components, so let's look at the build summary. The complete cost is just a hair over $800. I'm very happy with it even though I'm not fully utilizing the CPU with such a budget board. I don't need any upgrades right now, they'd just be nice to have. And since that's the case, I can wait for a good deal to come around for the motherboard and then my build will be complete. But for the time being, I'm happy with what I have. And that is my computer. I'm going to do a separate video for the rest of the things in my setup, like my mic, my monitor, my keyboard, laptop, all that, because this video was starting to get a little too long and I just didn't want to squish it all together. But if you enjoyed this video, then as always, I'd appreciate it if you can hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't subbed yet, then all I ask of you is to consider doing so if you enjoy the content. But now, I want to ask everybody, if you were given $800 and you had to spend it on a computer, would you just want to buy my rig as it is, or would you try to deal hunt yourself and try to build a rig that's similar or even better? Keep in mind that you can get an SSD and RAM for less today, but you might not know someone that works at a place that could get you an Intel processor for half off, and I don't know when the next time a deal on an all-in-one cooler like that would come around. It may come tomorrow, or it may not come for like a year. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious as to what you guys would pick. And yes, for everybody who's been wondering, there is another budget build coming right around the corner. I already have all the parts in my possession, but I'm going on vacation right when this video drops. When you watch this, or when it gets published, I will be on a plane to San Diego, California to vacation with my family. So all I ask is that you be patient while my content creation is halted for about a week. And when I get back, I will resume everything. So, yep, just wanted to give you guys a heads up, so when next week full content video doesn't drop, you don't get mad at me. But yeah, that's about it, everyone. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being patient, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.